Evening, folks. Scott here from upstate New York, north of the Syracuse area. The real upstate, not outside the city upstate. We're up north again, but little ways north of Syracuse, up in the snow belt. More cows than people up here, but they're both friendly. Cows and people both. It's a great area, cool place to be. A little bit about me. This is actually the second video that I shot for my athlete introduction. The first one is about 14 minutes of me rambling on about my failed athletic endeavors up until a couple years ago, and just kind of stumbling through that. I'm not a trained public speaker or a videographer, so what you get is what you get. It's gonna be raw, it's uncut, it's unscripted, and hopefully at the end of it, there's something in there that's gonna entertain you, enlighten you, or educate you. Hopefully I don't bore you too bad and you don't drop out for the end, because I don't know, compelling story, I guess, for me, because it's mine. So anyways, my wife Kim and I, what I do currently, my wife Kim and I run a disaster restoration company. We have 15 employees, and what we do is mostly insurance claim work. We handle fires, water, storm damage, sewage backups, mold, pretty much any kind of property damage that you can sustain. My company and I have the privilege of coming in and taking that stuff out of your hands, fixing things up for you, help you handle that claims process, get your property back to pre-loss condition, and help you get back to the life that you've known and loved and deserve to have. So it's a very rewarding business because, again, every day we're just heroes to somebody. We come in and put your life back together, and that just it's hard to say that there's anything that I would rather do other than this. So it's kind of the way I'm wired. I knew from an early age that I was going to be in the Marine Corps. I always wanted to join the Marine Corps, so I did that right out of high school. I served 6 years there. I had 2 young boys. I was down in Yuma, Arizona, my last station, and I just didn't want to bounce around every couple of years and put them in new schools. So made the decision. My wife at the time, her and I decided to come home, plant our feet, start anew, and that's what we did. My fitness journey, pretty much from the time I was 30 to the time I was 48, nada. There wasn't one. I just worked. And I drank a lot of beer, I ate a lot of potato chips, ate a shit ton of hot dogs, because I love Hoffman hot dogs up here. If you know Hoffman's, if you know Central New York, if you know, you know. And best hot dogs in the world. So we got them locally, and I've had tons of them. But anyways, the fitness journey that I was on, I was always an athlete through high school. Not a good one. I was a good physical specimen, but I had an empty head. I had no understanding or concept of competition or going out there to win. I think I went out there to not look bad. Sometimes I was successful. So overall, I was average athlete at best. A lot of potential. Again, just never connected the dots and went out there to prove myself. So I was active up until the time I was about 30 years old. At that time, my sons and I were doing jiu-jitsu. I was starting to train some for MMA, starting to do some stand-up, boxing, and a little bit of Muay Thai. Had a nasty, nagging neck injury that still bugs me to this day. I never got it fixed, never got out of it. But it's really hard to grapple with a nasty neck. And work was crazy. I was going through a divorce, so I just put it on a shelf, put my head down, went to work, and forgot about my professional fighting career. I just left it on the shelf. So anyways, approaching my late 40s, and I saw a Spartan race on TV at one point, and I thought that would be a lot of fun to try. I was probably sitting on the couch with a 12-pack and a bag of Doritos watching a football game or something. I saw a commercial or a snippet or a sports moment or a brief or something, and I was just a slob, unmotivated, undisciplined, wasn't doing anything with myself, just working and drinking my beer. And I was in my late 40s at this. I was probably 48. I had this nagging thought that was locked in my head pretty heavy. And I lost my dad when he was 50 years old. He came home from work one day and dropped dead of a heart attack at 50 years old. So my dad was an awesome man. He taught me a lot about life. I didn't really know him. I didn't have a close relationship with him. but I learned a lot just by observing him and knowing how he was and who he was in the community. Very well respected, always put other people first, and I think that gave me my focus on serving others. Also, it's just the way you do things. You just take care of your neighbors and don't worry about yourself. You'll be fine later on. So again, 50 years old, he was gone. So as I'm approaching my late 40s, I'm thinking, you know, I have an option. I have a decision to make, and I can choose to avoid that fate. I just didn't think I was gonna follow in those footsteps. Obviously, not a good path. So I wanted to get up. I wanted to get active. I was interested in doing the Spartan races, but I was just too damn lazy and too busy with work and every other excuse that I had in front of me to not get up and actually do the work. So my wife Kim, my second wife, she was tired of listening to my bitching, and she got me a 8-week pass to a Fit Body boot camp franchise locally. Said, now shut up, get off the couch, and get to work, because I'm tired of hearing your whining. So that was a kick in the ass that I needed to get going again. I did the 8-week challenge. I was a mess. I just hadn't moved in so long. I just hadn't done anything. I had so much to recoup and get back, and it was a mess. But I did it, and about a week after that challenge ended, I did my first Spartan race, and I was bit. I found a new drug. I had a blast. I didn't perform awesome, but I finished it, and I had a lot left in the tank. I think when I finished it, I just knew this was going to be something that was going to help keep me going. And again, I had that desire to not follow that similar fate of an early passing, and I just wasn't my best self. Just was not my best self, and that aggravated me to the core. So again, got off the couch at 48, did the first event. Last year I did 5. I've done 12 altogether, including a couple of the beasts, the 13 plus miles. One was 15 plus. I've done a 12-hour hurricane heat challenge where you go out all night long, and that was here in Syracuse in the middle of winter. That was awesome. I just love to challenge myself with these events. My next step up is to hit an ultra. I hate running, not a runner, but an ultra is a 30 plus mile. And I was hoping to do that this year. COVID shut pretty much everything down, which is good because I wasn't running enough to do it anyways. But now I've got my sights on 2021 of getting that ultra under my belt and saying, yeah, I've done that. And I'm going to do it at the age of 52 when I get it done. So part of my love and respect for Phorm and my desire to be a part of this family is that they do so much to help other people. It's what the whole company's built on. I had the privilege of meeting Andy and Sal last fall at the old headquarters building. It was the weekend of an Arte event. Andy was super busy, but he was generous with his time. He came out and talked to me and a few others for 5 or 10 minutes before he ran off to some other meetings with some other folks. And Sal was there, met with him, and Sal, just the type of people they are. We went out in the office or out in the warehouse, and he spent about half an hour with us. It was just so cool that being that busy with that much responsibility, and you can just stop what you're doing to talk to people that just want to come and talk life and shop and just get to know you a little bit. And he was just so gracious with his time. So I'll be forever grateful for that. And I'll never forget the day that short time that I spent with these folks. And I want to be around that more. And I want to be around other people that are just dedicated to being their best and helping others become their best. And that's what Phorm to me is all about. And that's my plan. I got off the couch at 48. I was 40 pounds overweight. I was a slug. I was half drunk all the time. Look at me now. I'm an athlete again. And I'm a better athlete now than I've ever been in my life. And next year I'm going to be better than I am now. And I'm just going to keep getting better and better and better with support from this team and this family. And again, my goal now is to get my message out there and help other people get off that couch and regain some of that lost grandeur that they had. Everybody comes out of high school and college with these great plans, and they're going to do so much stuff, and then before you know it, the midlife crisis is hitting. You're looking over your shoulder saying, what the hell happened to the time? The clock's ticking all the time, right? And we don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I want to help you get off the couch. I want to help you have some fun and just relive some of the glory that you know is in you. So that's my focus. That's why I'm part of this family, because there's no better team in the world to do this than us. And I say us because I am part of First Phorm. I'm Scott Colbert, and I am First Phorm.